Chronicles Fam Squad, welcome back to another vlog. Welcome to my old Gales Chronicles Fam Squad, and welcome to my new Gales Chronicles Fam Squad. And if it's your first time joining us on this platform, you can become acquainted with us by watching previous vlogs. Now today we are back in the kitchen and we are baking bread. We're baking bread, so I'm going to give you what I'll be doing first, and then we will go along and see what happens as this recipe goes on. But it's something I love to do, and I know you guys are going to enjoy making bread with me too. What the bread I'm making is for the entire week. Hopefully it will serve the entire week, right? So I have 2 packs of dry yeast that I'm gonna put in water. I have 1/2 cup of milk. Some recipes say use room temperature water. Some recipes say use warmer water, water that you can put your finger in and you feel that it's warm, but it doesn't burn. It won't burn you, right? And that's what I'm doing. So I'm just barely using some warm water, and I'm doing some sugar as well, because you know yeast needs sugar so that it can bloom. All right, let us get going. So I am adding my 1/2 cup of dried milk to the water, and this is 2 cups of warm water, and I want this mixed up before I add the yeast to it. And then you can use a spatula or a wooden spoon to mix the yeast in. And I'm using 2 packs, which works out to 4.5 teaspoons of dry yeast. Now, if you want to make this for like in a smaller batch, you would do this in half, and I will also give the recipe for the smaller batch. And I am using 1/2 cup of sugar. Then you're going to cover with plastic wrap. And you're going to watch your yeast bloom. You can do it for 15 minutes to half an hour. Just making sure everything is in the milk and the sugar. Everybody's dissolving. And this is where you cover with your plastic wrap. So I'm going to cover now with the plastic wrap, and I am going to put it in the oven, which is warm. It's not on, but you know the oven is normally warm. And I'm gonna put it in the oven and let it sit for that 15 minutes. I will check it, and if it hasn't bloomed the way I want it to bloom, then I will put it in. I will let it stay for the full 30 minutes. All right. So we will check back. We will check back when the yeast has bloomed. Guys, the yeast has bloomed. As you can see, I'm going to take it out of the oven now so that I can put the rest of ingredients to it. Taking off the plastic wrap. Now to this, I'm going to add 6 cups of flour. In that pot you just heard, I just boiled some sorrel and ginger, and I'm letting it seep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to that I am adding 2 teaspoons of salt. Teaspoons of salt. And we are going to combine. Just getting everything combined first before I start kneading the dough. I'm going to start kneading the dough with my hand. You should knead the dough for at least like 10 minutes. You want everything in your bowl incorporated. Trying to ensure everybody is mixed in. I'm going to continue kneading. Just doing this for 10 minutes. I took it out of the bowl so I have more surface area to knead it on. To this dough, I'm going to add, I'm using my judgment, about 6 or 7 tablespoons of butter. But this is my judgment. added the butter on it. Because it depends what you're making. So I want to make these into like dinner rolls, the spread. And still like dust your place with flour. So you have areas where you can still manipulate the flour, the dough. I'm going to continue kneading it until it's reached the consistency that I like. And the dough will feel sticky. It's supposed to feel like that, right? It's supposed to feel like that. Okay, now I'm going to rub this in I'm going to place it in a greased bowl, but I'm going to ensure that it's fully coated. And then once again, I'm going to cover with plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in the oven and let it sit for 1 hour to 2 hours so that it will rise. And this is Sunday morning that I'm baking the bread on, right? So I'll have it for the week. Let us see how it turns out. Now we go back in the oven for another 1 to 2 hours, and then we'll check back and see what it looks like. So guys, the dough rose and I formed the loaves. As you can see, the dinner rolls, so these are the large ones. And then I have a set of small rolls, and this is the second rising. So I'm going to put them in the oven very soon, and they're going to bake for between 20 to 30 minutes. And then I will take them out and we shall taste them together. I just placed the dinner rolls in the oven, and they are baking at 350 degrees, and they will be baking for 20 to 30 minutes. So very soon I shall have dinner rolls. Guys, look at that. I just took these out of the oven. I can't wait to bite into one. And I glazed them with some melted butter. Yeah, I just brushed on some butter on them. So you know that sink in. It came out hot and I brushed on butter on them. So, yep, gonna eat that shortly. Okay guys, so I took a roll You see how nice and soft and squishy it is? So I'm going to cut it now. It doesn't even need to be cut like this. It can just be torn. I just want to open it so I can put some margarine on it. And this is olive oil. The olive oil margarine. And I am going to be putting that on this and getting this on the other side. Oh my God. Guys, I wish you could smell the kitchen. Okay, let's eat. I've torn it. Let's eat. Nothing like a warm dinner toast. Oh my God. With butter. I hope you guys will go and make this dinner roll. I'm saying bye for now. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And I will see you on the next vlog. Bye-bye.